Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Mataji, joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Joy Das from New York. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Joy Das Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else who would like to introduce? It looks like Prabhuji not yet joined, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji.
We'll do, yeah, Japa.
Today there was some issue also in YouTube. Meditation for something that.
Okay.
And a small announcement, dear devotees. Now Zoom is providing us the summary of the every class. So we are trying to record that summary and post it in the main groups. And that editing is done by Her Grace Padma Sakhi Mataji. And these summaries are also posted on the YouTube description box. So that tomorrow, whenever we are hearing these classes, maybe after 1 year or something, we want to know what's the main point. So you will be able to get that main points from the description box so that we can prepare for the classes. Usually we hear and we prepare to give the classes. So that will help us by using this description box. We'll put the notes for us. Yeah, Prabhuji is there.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
We'll start the recording, Mataji. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today, we are fortunate to have His Grace Pran Govind Prabhuji enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 1st chapter, verse 25 onwards. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call, Prabhuji. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mother?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
You can able to.
I would like to sing a song. Okay. Thank you. Just 1 second. Can you make this slide bigger? The font can be little bigger if possible.
Sure, Prabhuji, definitely. Sorry, something happened. Give me a minute, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Very good. We are on 7th chapter, verse. What song is this? Durlabha manava janma labhya sangsare durlabha manava janma labhya sangsare Krishna na bhajino dukha Kohibo kahare Krishna na bhajino dukho Kohibo kahare Sangsara kare Miche gelo kala Sangsara kare Miche gelo kala Labho na koilo kichu Kotilo janjala লাভনা কইল কিছু ঘটিল জঞ্জাল কিসের সংসার হই ছায়াবাজি প্রায় কিসের সংসার হই ছায়াবাজি প্রায় হাতে মমতা করে বৃথা দিন যায় হাতে মমতা করে বৃথা দিন যায় এ দেহ পতন হলে কি আর রহিবে আমার এ দেহ পতন হলে কি আর রহিবে আমার কেহ সুখ নাহি দিবে পুত্র পরিবার কেহ সুখ নাহি দিবে পুত্র পরিবার গর্দবের মত আমি পরিশ্রম গর্দবের মত আমি পরিশ্রম কারো লাগি এত করে না গুছিল ভ্রম, কারো লাগিয়ে তো করে না গুছিল ভ্রম। দিন যায় মিছ কাজে, নিশা নিদ্রা বসে। দিন যায় মিছ কাজে, নিশা নিদ্রা বসে। নাহি ভাবি মরণ নিকটে আছে বসে। নাহি ভাবে মরণ নিকটে আছে বসে। ভালো মন্দ কাহিবে পরিচিন্তাহীন, ভালো মন্দ কাহিবে পরিচিন্তাহীন। নাহি ভাবি এ দেহ চারিব কোন দিন, নাহি ভাবি এ দেহ ছাড়িব কোন দিন। দেহ গেহ কলত্রাদি চিন্তায় বিরত, দেহ গেহ কলত্রাদি চিন্তায় বিরত। জাগিছে হৃদয়ে মন, বুদ্ধি করি হত। জাগিছে হৃদয়ে মন, বুদ্ধি করি হত। হায় হায় নাহি ভাবি অনিত্যয়ে সব, হায় হায় নাহি ভাবি অনিত্যয়ে সব। জীবন বিগতে কোথা রহিবে বৈভব, জীবন বিগতে কোথা রহিবে বৈভব। শ্মশানে শরীর মম পরিয়া রহিবে, শ্মশানে শরীর মম পরিয়া রহিবে। বিহঙ্গ পতঙ্গ তাই বিহার করিবে, বিহঙ্গ পতঙ্গ তাই বিহার করিবে। কুকুর শ্রীকাল আনন্দিত হয়ে, কুকুর শ্রীকাল আনন্দিত হয়ে। মহোৎসব করিবে আমার দেহ লয়ে, মহোৎসব করিবে আমার দেহ লয়ে। যে দেহের এই গতি তার অনুগত, যে দেহের এই গতি তার অনুগত। সংসার বৈভব বন্ধু জন যত, সংসার বৈভব বন্ধু জন যত। অতএব মায়া চারি বুদ্ধিমান, অতএব মায়া চারি বুদ্ধিমান। নিত্য তত্ত্ব কৃষ্ণ ভক্ত Bhakti Karuna Sadhana Nitata Krishna Bhakti Karuna Sadhana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jayam Vishnupad Paramhansa Paribrajagacharya Statara Sutta Sisima Srila Bhaya Charana Binda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Eastern BVG Founder Acharya His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Das Thakur Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त बिंद की जय श्रीमद् भागवतम क्लास की जय सप्तम स्कंद पाठकारी श्रोताकारी भक्त बिंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Dear Prabhus and mothers, this is my request if you can help me with reading the translation. One person each translation. Don't feel sad, but this is the reality truth. Either you wake up from the sleep or you take another birth. So please read and pay attention.
Shall I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
The human form of life is the rarest opportunity for attaining spiritual perfection. But now I am lamenting because I have somehow or other been born in such an opportunity, with such an opportunity, and I wasted it by never worshipping Lord Krishna. Oh, to whom shall I tell the tale of this misery?
So, having married and entered into the entanglements of materialistic family life, I passed my time in vain. I never got any tangible gain or permanent benefit, only trouble and botheration.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please. You don't have to ask. Go ahead, please.
What kind of world is this anyway? It seems to be just like a magical lantern show that I was at an carnival, wherein so many shadows and optical illusions dance magically before my eyes. I feel great attachment and identification with such a world, and thus day after day passes by fruitless without any purpose whatsoever. Hare Krishna.
When this body drops dead on the ground, then what will remain mine? At that moment, all my sons and dearest loved ones will not be able to give me any happiness.
Hare Krishna. I work hard just like an ass every day, and now I am wondering for whom am I working so hard? I am still surrounded by so many illusions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I waste every day in useless, insignificant work, and I waste every night controlled by sleep. And in every 24 hours, I never for 1 second considered that cruel death is sitting very close by my side. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I live a very carefree lifestyle, sometimes eating a lot or eating a little if I feel like it. Sometimes I see nice things around the town, or sometimes I do not go out at all. Sometimes I wear opulent clothing, or if I'm in the mood, I'll wear something simple. I live so carefree that I never consider that one day I will have to give up this body. Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My poor heart is plagued by constant anxieties about the maintenance and daily turmoil created by my body, my house, my wife, my family members, and my social obligations. All these anxieties are pinching me and destroying all my intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Alas, alas, what a remorseful situation has arisen. I am absorbed in all this trouble, but I never consider that all these things are temporary and subject to perish very soon. After I am dead and gone, where will all of my material opulence remain? Hari.
Haripur. When my body will be thrown in the pit at the cremation grounds, it will simply lie there, motionlessly. Then many cows, vultures, ants, and worms will come and playfully sport there. Haripur.
Crows, not cows. Crows.
Oh, crows, sorry.
Yeah.
All the strays, dogs and jackals will then become very much delighted. And in a great state, they will make a festival ground out of my body and will have a celebration, huge celebration and feast. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Can I read again?
Yes.
Just see, this is the ultimate destination of this material body. And the most amazing thing is that all of my material opulences, house, family, and friends have exactly the same destination.
Therefore, I ask of anyone who has any sharp intelligence, please give up all of these temporary illusions presented by Maya and kindly search after the means to get pure devotion to Lord Krishna, for this is the only really tangible eternal truth. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Thank you to all of you. You all are wonderful. How much we'll remember? It depends on how desperate you want to get out of the material world. So I hope you all lost the taste of material world. It is not the material world, it is our craving taste for it. We think there are some happiness. I am guilty of that 100%. There is no question. So Prabhuji and mothers, thank you for participating in this beautiful session of our morning sadhana. that authorized by Rupa Goswami Pada and Prabhupada, implemented in every ISKCON center and Bhakti Japa Sangha group so wonderfully, giving this to, even if you are not in a temple area, but you can evoke that atmosphere by being present there. So let us begin by chanting the God of consciousness, Sri Krishna, in a Vasudev form, so our consciousness become clear and we can perceive the Bhagavan's presence in our life in the words of Bhagavatam. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dhiraye. Nasta Prayesu Abhadreshu Nittam Bhagavato Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki. Mukhaṁ karati vācālam pangulangayate girim jatakripatamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Sri Chaitanya Isharam Paramanandamadavam. So today we are going to recite Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 7, Canto 7, Chapter 1, Text 24. I hope Mother Sushmita Devi is not here. Mother Shama Gauri Devi is here. Who is presenting the, can someone post the sloka please, if possible?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, usually I share the screen. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidas.
Hare Krishna Mother Vinita.
Yeah.
You are there, then we have no problem. I think
No,
everything.
Prabhuji. You are coming and giving class, so we are sharing, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, Prabhus and Mothers, this is a beautiful verse. Really, every verse is so wonderful. Just to give you some idea that I'm sure you are familiar with this canto, 7th canto, 1st chapter. This is a conversation between many speakers. You can say Vyasdev composed this, also Sukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, also Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Sukdev Goswami brought the conversation of Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj and narrating here, which Vyasdev actually filed it completely. After having heard, so I'm giving you just preview in 1 minute, that after hearing from Narad Muni, Yudhishthira Maharaj says, how Krishna kills the enemies. Now this is after the Shishupal episode took place. So how is that Krishna kills the enemies of Indra? Isn't he impartial? And you'll see next few weeks, today is 24th, or at least, yeah, next few weeks. Very confidential, like who, how, when back home, back to Godhead, and how we can adapt. So I hope we all can pay attention. So Maharaj Parikshit asked question the impartiality of the Lord. Why does he favor some and neglect others? Now you may say we are looking for bhakti. We came for Krishna consciousness. That's the only reason we have come to Krishna consciousness. Is that the purpose drives your life in Krishna consciousness? Ask yourself, Prabhus and mothers. I ask myself. Then why we are interested? What is this material world, about this material body? Got to do all this sad song Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes. Well, we will never have a complete idea how supremacy of bhakti unless it is a comparable. Like a diamond is precious when you compare with CZ, cubic zirconium. I'm sure some of you, maybe all of you are familiar with it. I had that business, so I can relate that when cubic zirconium came to the world or invented, diamond industry was scared. But actually they saw it was promoted, the value of diamond. Similarly, bhakti is not welcomed by everybody in this world. Only just a group of Hare Krishnas or Gauriyas, you can say. Even other religious perspective, they have not so clear idea about pure bhakti. First, there is a bhakti, then there is a pure bhakti. We are following pure bhakti, not just bhakti, more than pure bhakti, more than bhakti, pure bhakti, bhakti rasam. But to see the supremacy of pure bhakti of Lord Krishna, towards Lord Krishna, we have to have other components together to push us, because journey is within, not outside. So with that note, I want to say why so much discussion about body, how horrible, but there is a good and bad. Body can be binding you, body can also liberate you. So both results are given in Bhagavatam. This same body I have, it can take me to hell and keep me in the material world for billion years. Same body, end of this life can send me back home, back to God. Now, when I say body is sending, body doesn't send, but utility of body, utilizing the body can take me back home. So this is the whole point. So previous classes you probably heard, the conditioned soul's body is planned by the Lord. Krishna gave it. So I will demonstrate a little bit also with the PPT. I just made it this morning, some quick. By the Lord for suffering in the material world through the agency of external energy. Oh, that's little conflict our respect to Krishna, why God would give us material body for suffering in the material world. So with that note, let us discuss by reciting the verses and translation and purport of Srila Prabhupada. So first I'm going to read the word-to-word meaning, so we will be aware. Himsa, suffering, tat, of these, avimanena, by the false conception, danda, not danda, danda, parjashayo, when there is a punishment and chastisement, yatha, just as, vaishammam, misconception, iha, here, in this body, bhutanam, of the living entities, mama aham, mine, and I, iti, thus, parthiva, O Lord of the earth. Hingsa tad abhimanena danda parusayo jatha Vaishammam iva bhutanam mama aham iti parthiva hingsa tad abhimanena danda pashoyor jatha Vaishammam iha bhutanam mamaham iti parthiva himsa tad abhimanena danda pajosayo jatha Vaishammam iti bhutanam mamaham iti parthiva. Let us have 3 or 4 reciter, please join. Anybody would like to recite this verse, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Himsa tad abhimanena tanda parusyayor yatha vaishamyam iha bhutanam mam aham iti parthiva. Hare Krishna.
More? 2 more at least?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Himsa tad abhimanena danda parusyayor yatha vaishamyam iha bhutanam mama hamiti parthiva. Hare Krishna.
One more?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Himsa tad abhimanena danda parushayor yatha Vaishya mayam iha bhutanam mamaham iti parthiva. Haribol.
Very nice. Anybody else would like, or we can go to?
Prabhuji.
Yes.
I would like to.
Sure.
Satat abhimanena dandaparusya yoryatha vaishamyamiha bhutanam aham amahamiti parthiva.
Very good. Thank you, Mother Samava. Okay. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. My dear King, the conditioned soul, being in the bodily conception of life, considers his body to be his self and considers everything in relation with the body to be his. Because he has this wrong conception of life, he is subjected to dualities like praise and chastisement. So while we are reading this, I'm sure some of you probably thinking, when did it happen to me? I am the pure soul. When did it happen? So let's see what Prabhupada say in the purport. Or how did it happen? Only when a conditioned soul accepts the body as himself does he feel the effects of chastisement or praise. Then he determines one person to be his enemy and another his friend, and wants to chastise the enemy and welcome the friend. This creation of friends and enemies is a result of one's bodily conception of life. Okay. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurudev Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavansha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpa Taruvesha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanibho Vaishnavibho Namo 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 Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vrindai Tulasi Devi Priyai Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Sattavate Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hingsa tad abhimanena danda parushayor jatha vaishammam iha bhutanam mama aham iti parthiva. My dear king, the conditioned soul, being in the bodily conception of life, considers his body to be his self and considers everything in relationship with the body to be his. Because he has this wrong conception of life, he is subjected to duality like praise and chastisement. So, brothers and mothers, happiness and distress arise by thinking, oh, this Mataji or this Prabhuji likes me or don't like me, even as a devotee, because of identifying with the body. Just like in my business life, one gentleman says he doesn't like Indian businessmen. And it bothered me for actually more than a month. Even though I was trying to convince myself, I'm not this body. I'm not this body. Why it bothers? I'm not Indian. I probably spoke hundreds of times to myself. Until my friend Nilesh Patel from New York, he says, no, he didn't like Indian because you asked him. So I went. I asked him, why you don't like Indian businessmen? So they bargain too much. So I said, if you give $1 item, you try to sell for $2, we will not pay $2. So what's wrong of bargaining? But the point was, it bothered me for over a month. And still I'm talking. It doesn't bother me anymore, but I can see. You have to identify with the body in order to stay alive in this material world. Sometimes we think he's my enemy, he's my friend. So the question comes, why? What is the origin of this wrong conception? We see I am body, Bhagavan said in Bhagavad Gita, that if you think you are this body, you are demoniac nature. Wow, that's scary. Because demoniac philosophy in chapter 6, from 8 all the way to 11, 12, all the way to 16, it's all about demoniac philosophy. What is demoniac philosophy? The primary agenda of the demon is to take God out of the picture. They posit that the world is a chance combination of matter, with no God, no Krishna in control, and no spiritual purpose. Through jugglery of words and complex misinformation, they convince themselves and others that it is entirely rational to disbelieve the existence of Supreme Controller. I hope you're understanding, all of you, that misidentifying body as the self actually diminish our pursuance in Bhakti Yoga. You can reverse it. More we think about soul, we are conscious being, we will come to Krishna. But more we think, I am this body or my mind, we are going far away. And it is demoniac philosophy. And they create jugglery. Patal Loko has I was studying one many years back about Patala Loko, Atala, Bitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patal, all these 7 planets. Patal Loko has a big university. How no God exists. That's the whole purpose of thousands of universities, and millions and billions of people live there. That's what they concentrate whole day and night. And their soul, just like you and me. But if we think very little deeply, this will help to justify, because the demonic nature, they will justify their independence and allows them to gratify the senses, exploit others, eat, drink, and be merry. In America, common language, everybody say, and enjoy, free from any sense of responsibility. They promote a myriad of material desires, suppress any form of spirituality and religiosity, and reinforce a hedonistic approach to life. Lord Krishna knows what's going on in my life, in our surrounding life. Yes, 100%. Bhagavad Gita, if you read chapter 16, 13, 14, 15, I give you a synopsis. I was meditating on that. What is the mentality of this thinking body is self? I mean, I'm guilty of that too. When one sees themselves as the enjoyer and controller, an egoistical and proud psychology naturally develops, Prabhus and mothers. That's the fact. And such demons are convinced that they have dominion over their environment and everything within it. You don't fit, they will eliminate you. This was nature selection and mutation philosophy of Darwin, that the modern science loves it. Even some religion organization accept that. Whatever surrounds them, they believe is meant for their pleasure and enjoyment. They maintain friendship only as long as it facilitates their desire. If anyone opposes their selfish worldview, they are ready to create enmity and wage war. Hiranyakashipu became enemy when Prahlad Maharaj started speaking. So that's the demon mentality. What is their activity? It's the same. Chapter 16, you will see text 7, 9, 17. They explain. Because their mentality is so corrupt, demons repeatedly discard spiritual wisdom and beneficial counsel. They dedicate themselves to beneficial acts that destroy their own well-being. And they do cause suffering to others, generate unrest in the world. Consciously or unconsciously, Prabhus and Mother, they engage in works that are painful, exploitative, destructive. They justify their approach with empty argument and fallacious logic, actively convincing others to follow in their footsteps. I came across in my life many, many people like that. Now question is, okay, Prabhu, thinking body as a self, mind as the self instead of soul, what is the destiny? Where they go? Where am I going to go if I keep on focusing I'm this body? Well, first of all, you have a perverted selfish approach, can never bring any true happiness. You will get the sense pleasure, but they are creating a horrible next life. And demons are invariably plagued with perplexity and anxiety. And they literally entangle in a network of destructive desire. They are filled with fear. Like day before yesterday, David texts me about the war, because they are going to have a war or whatever, the Ukraine and Israel, they're kind of going through commotion right now. I'm sure some of you heard it. So we had a nice talk. So this is the mentality they have. Krishna's message through Bhagavatam is loud and clear. Demoniac philosophy breeds demoniac mentality. Demoniac mentality, Prabhu's and Mother, leads to demoniac activities. And demoniac activities secure a demoniac destiny. So now question is, how do we conquer the demon within us? Prabhu, I think, do I look beautiful in the mirror? I think, do I look good dressed? Did I put it? If we honestly introspect, we may well find that elements of this demonic mentality seep into our daily interaction. Although Hiranyakashipu was indeed an extreme character, we may sense that there is a little Hiranyakashipu hiding within each of us. And that's why Bhagavatam explains that uncontrolled mind, the devilish voice within us, is conspiring against us on a moment-to-moment basis. Krishna also explained how to remedy the situation. Prabhupada did say, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind. Chanchalahi mana Krishna pramati balabhaddira. And Krishna knows. He says, Asangshayo. He agreed what Arjuna says. But then he says, Vairagyana cha vijjate. And he gave that you have to have a habit, sadhana, and you can literally detach. Detach means don't listen your mind dictation. Don't listen everything you hear. You have to do that. So only through spiritual acumen and unbreakable determination, each of us can transform the mind and experience true freedom. And being guided by intelligence instead of instinct, I hope you know the difference between this. Instinct and intelligence is the free will. That is the distance. Take shelter. You have a free will. Take shelter of intelligence, spiritual intelligence. And uncontrolled mind will agitate, misguide, implicate the soul, and will force each of us to glide down into lust, anger, and greed. And that mindset will emphasize problem in every opportunities. It will dissatisfy with the present and perpetually hankering for a better future. The controlled mind, however, acts as a friend. 6.56, Krishna says that, Bhagavad Gita, on our spiritual journey. And it will help us to make progressive and healthy choice. And that will create, Prabhu's and Mother, well-being on all levels. That mindset is able to identify opportunities in every problem. And we will be satisfied. Now I'm going to show you to demonstrate this. Where we are, how did we come here, and where we are going to go. Let's see. If anybody sees my site, please say yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Can I have some volunteer, please? Can you read this one, please? Is that readable?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mataji. That's fine.
Haribol. In the Brahma Sutra, this inquiry is called Brahma Jigyasa. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Jigsasa. Every activity of the human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the Absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering or where they came from and where they shall go after death are proper students for understanding Bhagavad Gita. Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita as it is, introduction. Haribol.
Very nice. Thank you. So, Prabhus and Mothers, of course, you all are inquiring and you're going up. But we need to also help our relative, friends, neighbors, others to also inquire. It is not a religion. It is a bare necessity as a human being. Otherwise, they will glide down. It doesn't matter how good that person was. He did not practice bhakti. He will take a lower species life. So question is, how is that pure soul? We are all pure. How is that we got this body trap? Where did this idea come from? Please somebody read this translation. If you cannot read the sloka, it's fine. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam.
Yes.
Translation, O learned Brahmana, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? Will you kindly explain this, for it is known to you? Hare Krishna.
This is in Bhagavatam 2.8.7. Actually, answer is not immediately. Answer is not there even in that chapter. Answer is next canto. But let's go back in a practical way. Who am I? So when you think of the soul, I don't know where you're going to find the form of a soul. We have a form of the body, but the soul, I just got it from the Google, just something to say. There's like a little mystical. You can put a spark, you can put a spiritual form, but then the question will rise that, do I have that form that all other maybe? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Jiva kobu jara noy, hari kobu noy, hari shaha jiva chinta veda vedamoy. Jiva is not this body. Jiva is not Bhagavan. Jiva is soul. There is eternal oneness and difference between them. This is very important. And if you look at Bhagavad Gita 2.17, Avinashi, what is that? Avinashi tu tat vidhi, jena sarvam idam tatam. I'm sure you all are familiar with that verse. Vinasham abhayaso nakaschit kartum arati. You must know, Krishna is saying, we all should know that that which pervades this entire body is indestructible. No one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. Soul is not made by chemical or any other source, but soul has an eternal existence as a dependence part of Krishna. Aham Brahmasmi, what does that mean? I am a unit of consciousness. You have your individuality. We may be in one class, but each of us are thinking in different way. Even person next to you sitting have no clue what you thinking or what you are understanding. How do we prove we are conscious being? I can think, therefore I am. I am aware what is going on right now. It's a class. And I have a feeling. Even modern science, I challenged it. Not that I'm looking for that challenge, but I did ask this professor, he's the head of the science department in New York. It was very nice, very friendly. He says, that's true. I asked him a question. Is there any equipment that can measure my feeling for my mother? He said, that's not possible. I said, then how can you not accept consciousness, which endowed with feeling is not product of this world? Well, I mean, I accept it, but I cannot say it, write it in a statement as a university authority. No, I cannot do that because they do not want to accept mind or the soul or consciousness like this. They are aware of the mind, but they do not have a complete picture of it. But they are aware of it. They accept in that angle. So soul is the root of consciousness. I am not consciousness. I am conscious being. Very fine. Mind is the route of consciousness. We should be very clear on this. That's why Krishna says many, many births, both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot. Why? Because you are minute. You don't remember. I do remember because I never give up this body. We give up this body and take a new body. With new body, there is a pre-program. You are going with it. Okay. So we are called Tatastha Jiva in a short, means we come from a marginal. You make your own choice. Proof is there. Adilila 545. Jivanama Tatastha ke ekashakti hai, Mahasankarsan sarva jivere ashray. And Prabhus and mothers, you can never be on your own. You have to be under another potency, eternally, whether spiritual world or material world. So those who are intelligent, they take the spiritual energy. On the left, right, if you see, that is a reference. Prabhupada put this there, but it has a big purport by Madhacharya on that. Anisha Jiva Rupena. You are not a Isha. You are not a controller, actually. You are eternally under either material Mahamaya or spiritual Yogamaya. But you cannot be on your own. Let's put it that way. Can someone read this one, please? Now, these are all negative. What is the speciality of human birth? Can someone read this, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In this world, there are many kinds of created bodies. Some with one leg, others with 2, 3, 4, or more legs, and still others with no legs. But of all these, the human form is actually dear to me. Purport. The ultimate purpose of material creation is to facilitate the return of the conditioned souls back home, back to Godhead. Since this redemption of the conditioned souls is especially possible in human form of life, naturally this form is particularly dear to the compassionate personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Okay, mother. So you have a human body. Human body is dear to who? Krishna. He's
To
speaking.
Krishna.
Yes. But then if the donkey meet you, it says, that's not fair. God likes only human body, not others. But Prabhupada is so lovingly, he answered it in the purport. Because only in human body, you can actually analyze, you can accept a guru, you can actually discipline and do bhakti and go back home. Other life cannot. Now, where this all started? Where do you come from? Can someone please read this so that you don't have a doubt that you come from a marginal, not spiritual world? This is also floating in this world by some other preacher. And I have a many reference to that.
Shall I, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
The Lord remembers all these descendants, but his associates, although liberated souls, forget due to their being Tatastha Sakti, or the marginal potency of the Lord. That is the difference between the Vishnu Tattvas and the Jiva Tattvas. The Jiva Tattvas are infinitesimal particles of the Lord's potency, and therefore they require the protection of the Lord at all times. And to the eternal servitors of the Lord is pleased to give all protection at all times. The liberated souls never, therefore, think themselves as free as the Lord or as powerful as the Lord, but they always seek the protection of the Lord in all circumstances, both in the material world and in the spiritual world. This dependence of the liberated soul is constitutional, for the liberated souls are like sparks of a fire that are able to exhibit the glow of fire along with the fire and not independently. Bhagavatam 1.8.8, the Lord protects everyone, but one who depends completely upon him is specially looked after by the Lord. The Father is more attentive to the little son who is exclusively dependent on the Father. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Okay, so finally, I hope you all accepted that you got a human body and we come from marginal by choice. We choose, Prabhus and mothers, not Krishna send it. So that dismiss that. No resentment against Krishna. It is our own choice we came here. Of course, the side of the human body, but we look at the skin and how beautiful they look, but we don't think what is inside. It's very funny because if you really think very deeply, I was talking to this doctor, one devotee, very nice, and we are going back and forth, that the stomach is afraid when you do not eat breakfast. Stomach really afraid. Kidney are afraid when you don't drink 10 glasses of water in 24 hours, he said, according to Ayurveda. Then I came up with that a gallbladder is afraid when you don't sleep after 11 p.m. Don't wake up at sunrise. Gallbladder actually, because that's the best time functioning in between. The small intestine, you can see in the middle, small intestine are scared when you eat cold, stale, bad food. Colon is scared when you eat more fried and spicy food. Legions are sacred when you breathe in smoke, dirty air, cigarette smoke, like that. Liver is scared when you eat heavy fried food, various junk, fast food, drink alcohol, like that. Prabhu's and mother, the heart fears when you eat food with lots of salt and cholesterol. So, the stomach is afraid when you eat lots of sugar and sweets. Now you have eyes. Eyes are scared when you are a lot of sitting in the phone and computer, Zoom classes, 8 hours, 10 hours. I do sometimes, but I try to also give a rest to the eyes. Always good to look at 4 dimensions, green, other colors, and then come back. In between the class, if you do 2-3 hour classes, just you can do Krishna's different form, Vrindavan forest, like this, you can have some picture. So brain is also scared when you start negative thoughts. So Prabhu's and mother, take care of this different part of the body and do not scare them. All these organs are not available in the market. They are expensive and most likely do not have opportunity for a team. So please take advantage. Let's see. Prabhupada's quote. Can someone read this, please?
Prabhu, I want to read. There is a distinction even in wood. There are so many jungle woods. We can use it for cooking. But the sandalwood, which is so valuable, if we do not know what is the value of a sandalwood, if we use it for cooking and burning, similarly, if we use this human form of life exactly like the cats and dogs, simply for sense gratification, then we are committing suicide.
It's very scary. Okay, so I'll go very quick about gradation, how we came to human life. Prabhus and mothers, in the beginning of our entrance in this material world is 2. One is we are given a facility of Brahma. We also got a facility of human being. Nobody came to material world as a dog or cat. But then we fell down from it. After we fell down from it, then we revived and came up. So there it is, gradation, see 90 levels. Jiva sristahi ajivanam tatha prana brita subhe tata sa chitta pravaras tathas chandriya brittaya. Living entities are superior to inanimate object. O blessed mother, Kapil Dev is speaking to his mother. And among them, living entities who display like life symptoms are better. Animals with developed consciousness are better than them. Better still are those who have developed sense perception. Prabhus and mothers, I want you all to jump in and read very short, one line on this. Can someone please go for it? Very quick.
Radiation of living being according to various level of consciousness.
Good. Next.
Living and
Yeah,
go ahead, mother. Go ahead, mother.
Living entities are superior to inanimate objects.
Next.
Among them, living entities who display life symptoms are better. Hare Krishna.
Next.
Better still are those who have developed sense perception.
Next.
Among them, those who have developed the sense of taste are better. Among them, those who have developed the sense of taste are better.
These are reality. These are actual fact. That's how we came. Next.
Better than them are those who have developed the sense of smell.
Next.
Better still are those who have developed the sense of hearing.
Wait a minute. You just read hearing, but the snake has no ear. How did you say that? And how did I put the snake there?
He hears from his skin, Prabhuji.
And eyes.
Eyes.
They are more sophisticated than you and me. We think we are better, but we should not take like credit like that. Okay, go ahead, please.
Better than them are those who can distinguish between one form and another.
Good. Next.
Better than them are those who have developed upper and lower sets of teeth.
Good. Next.
Better still are those who have many legs.
Good. More.
Better than them are the quadrupeds.
Good. Next.
Better still are the human beings.
Can you imagine, mother, how many life you went through to come to human? 8 million, we say it, but when you look at all these species surrounding our house and wherever we live, it's scary, isn't it?
Yes.
But we should appreciate where we are. Okay, amongst the human now. Next.
Among the human beings, a society which is divided according to quality and work is best.
What is that called?
Varnashram.
Yes, very good. Next.
And in that society, the intelligent men who are designated as Brahmanas are best.
Good. Next.
Among the Brahmanas, one who has studied the Vedas is the best. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Next.
Among them, one who knows the actual purport of Veda is the best. Haribol.
Very good. Next.
Better than him is he who can dissipate all doubts. Haribol.
Very good. Next.
Better than him is one who strictly follows the Brahmanical principles.
I mean, this is a reality, no? If you live in a village or anywhere, you can see this kind of gradation amongst the upper race is there. Okay, now question come, where do we fit? Next.
Better than him is one who is liberated from all material contamination.
Good. And where do we want to go? A little more.
Better than him is a pure devotee who executes devotional service without expectation of reward.
Thank you. This is very nice. Now, here is the verse. Therefore, I do not find a greater person than Kapildev. Lord himself is speaking. I do not find a greater person than he who has no interest outside of mine, who therefore engage and dedicate all his activities and all his life, everything unto me without cessation. This is Kopildev glorifying devotees. So nice. Can someone read this Prabhupada's quote?
The animal propensity is to exploit others, and human propensity should be to do good to others. That is the difference between animal propensity and the human propensity.
Very good. But unfortunately, we will see sometime this animal propensity within human. Okay, now the final verse. Somebody say where we come from and where we are going. Can someone please read this? If you can read Sanskrit, it will be great. This is a beautiful verse, actually.
It is said that out of thousands of brahmanas, one is qualified to perform sacrifices. And out of many thousands of qualified brahmanas, expert in sacrificial offerings, one learned Brahman, they have passed beyond all Vedic knowledge. He is considered the best among all these brahmanas. And yet, out of thousands of such brahmanas who have surpassed Vedic knowledge, one person may be a Vishnu Bhakta, and he is most famous. Out of many thousands of such Vaishnavas, one who is completely fixed in the service of the Lord Krishna is most famous. Indeed, a person who is completely devoted to the service of the Lord certainly returns home back to Godhead.
Wonderful. Now you can all turn around and thank to all the devotees, because devotees are extremely rare. I hope, I'm talking also to myself. Whenever we see the devotee, we should be thinking they are extremely rare. They are not, oh, they were just called me a few years back, all of a sudden they're rare. Yes. So I have a question. What body would you prefer to have, demigods or human?
Human, Prabhuji.
Human, Prabhuji.
Human.
Why?
Because human only have the opportunity to go back to Krishna. Demigods are also waiting to get this opportunity to come to this earthly planet and practice and go back to him.
Oh, you know the secrets. So I lost it. Now somebody please read it. Anyone?
ये मनुष्य जन्म लागी देवे काम्य करे है ना जन्मति वांछिल प्रभु मोरे. The demigods pray for a human birth. Yet even though you have given us a human birth, you have deceived us. Durlabha manusa deho dehinam kranabhanguraha tatrapi durlabham manye vaikunta priyadarsanam. On the conditioned souls, the human body is most difficult to achieve, and it can be lost at any time, any moment. But I think that even those who have achieved human life rarely gain the association of pure devotees who are dear to Lord of Vaikuntha. Kalim Sabha Jayantya Arya Gunagna Tara Bhaginah Yatra Sankirtanaiva Sarva Swartho Abhilabhyate. Those who are actually advanced in knowledge are able to appreciate the essential value of this age of Kali. Such enlightened persons worship Kali Yuga because in this fallen age, all perfection of life can easily be achieved by the performance of Sankirtan. Hare Lord.
Prahladananda Prabhu, this is your favorite verse. I
Yes,
remember
yes.
you.
Haribol Prabhu. Yes, this is
Thank
most
you.
favorite.
Thank you.
Haribol.
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. Thank you. Okay, very quick. Someone can read this, please.
Human society means,
go ahead.
Human
Go ahead.
society means that society which is making progress towards spiritual realization. Bhagavatam 3.21, 52 to 24 purport. Human society means a society which is making progress towards spiritual realization.
So in your life right now, you are practicing. What is the first and foremost thing you should do?
Never leave devotees.
Never leave devotees. Okay, that's good. But somebody else, let me see. Let me hear
Chanting.
few others.
Progress towards spiritual realization.
Chanting, progress towards spiritual realization. These are all good. Somebody else?
भारत
faith
भूमि तले
in
जन्म
the-
है मनुष्य यार जन्म सार्थक करी कर पर उपकार. Prabhupada Maharaj says that, first you become perfect and then make others perfect.
That's also very good. Somebody more?
Need to know who
Pure devotional service by reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and then chanting and following 4 principles of Prabhupada's regulation principles, and then pure devotional service and completely surrendering unto God, and with concentrating on his foot, on his feet only, on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna only. That is the pure. Thank you.
That's good. These are all important points, but I want to see if there is somebody else say something else. Anybody else has something?
First thing, we should inquire who I am.
be realized. Yeah, self-realized.
Be realized. Wow. Okay.
Always remember I am.
I think Prabhuji,
Remember I am spirit, soul, not body.
Prabhuji, I think we need to go practice pure devotional service.
Need
Those
Shraddha
are
and
all
Bhakti.
true.
Haribol, to fulfill all of those propensities, we have to
Ask
follow the
questions.
instruction of the spiritual master.
Ask the right
We have to
question.
surrender.
Those are good. Those are good.
Devotee
Now
association, Prabhuji.
yes, this is also true. Devotee association. But I'll tell you what Prabhupada wrote before ISKCON was established. This is in Hawaii. Prabhupada came to Boston, then went to New York, and then went to California, went to Hawaii, and then came back, and then where ISKCON was incorporated in 66. So this is Prabhupada's own handwriting on the kitchen.
Haribol.
You know why Prabhupada said this? Believe me, what you said is all correct. But if you don't have a health, you don't have anything.
Very
Not
true.
fluff. It's true. Even to think, even to worship, even to chant, you have to have a healthy body. But we don't overdo it. But that's how Prabhupada wrote in a kitchen on a cardboard. I guess there was no other whiteboard or anything. But anyway, there was, but some or other, Mother Govinda, she kept it and she just took a picture. She said, I cannot give you my original, but I'll send you the picture of it. So that's where it is. Very nice. So, and Prabhupada made it very clear that if we have a disciplined health, good health, you can chant, you can participate and really develop Krishna consciousness very good way. Now, what is that self? Last part. You have a physical body, you have an air body, and you have a subtle body, then spiritual body.
Yes, spiritual Prabhuji. Eternal bliss, knowledge.
Are you conscious that
Most of
Krishna is conscious of you?
No, Prabhu. Most of the time, I forgot.
Okay, you are speaking, Mother Anjana Gopika. You are intelligent, Mother, I know you. Now you are speaking. Tell me, are you conscious that Krishna is conscious of you right now?
Right now, I am Prabhu.
How?
Because I'm by His grace, I'm listening Srimad Bhagavatam with the devotees. This, I think this is a mercy for me.
Also, he allowed you to speak.
Yeah, that is also Prabhu.
13.23. No, he said this. Upadrashta Anumanta. I know what is going on in Bhakti Japa Sangha group. Prabhuji and Mother, I'm sure you know, Krishna knows. Because Krishna did declare 13.23 Bhagavad Gita. He said, I am the overseer. I permit you to talk. I permit you to understand even. We express love for a person by being mindful of that person. By being conscious of that person, as we go about our various duties in life, Prabhus and Mother, our love rises to the higher level. When we come to know that it is reciprocated, that our beloved is also conscious of us. Krishna is conscious of us. Why not we become conscious of him? Same applies to our love for Krishna. By being conscious of him always, and at least you may say, I don't have a time, I have to take care of my child. But how are you going to take care of child if Krishna doesn't allow you to even move? You won't be able to even walk. You will fall dead. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. I am the lifespan. Krishna is giving you life. He is giving you energy to work. Balam balabata chasmi. I give you. I allow you to talk. That's all. We just need to be little more aware that even taking care of my child or going to school or going to job, it is Krishna is with me. He's not only our ultimate destiny, he's also with me now at this moment, and he is handling my life.
Prabhuji, can I say something, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Prabhuji, you were saying I was not conscious about he's allowing me to talk right now. I know so many times he's allowing us to talk. That's why we are talking, speaking, Upadrishtanu mantra, that and then Sarvasasam, whatever he sent, the knowledge we are talking. Yes. Why I am thinking, why he's allowing me to speak so many nonsense, because actually I really don't want, but I talk so much of nonsense things which is not necessary for Krishna consciousness. I don't want that, but it is happening. Why he is doing that, Prabhu?
It's very simple. Krishna is not a dictator. He's not a boss like we experience in this world. He is actually permitter in a sense. You wanted it. Now in your life, you don't want this, or in this life, you don't want Prajalpa or whatever. Then we have to pray to him. Please, I wanted those things, I don't remember, but please, can you protect me? Please do not remind me that something, if it is not related to you, if it is not glorifying you, I don't want to do it. You have to pray for it. Then he will reprogram. Because he is not whimsical God, he is an organized God. Every soul, whatever they wanted, he's sanctioning that. Without his sanction, nothing moves. But he does not sanction on his own. Now, when you are surrendering, you are praying, I don't want this, my Lord. I don't want this. I don't want this. I want this. I do want this. I don't want this. Then he will adjust because you are approaching him. That is required. Then eventually it will stop. Otherwise, if we say why Krishna is allowing this, we are actually have a resentment. I'm not trying to scare you, but that's a fact.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, in the mind there in the previous time. Yes, that must be reason. And then I agree also, Prabhuji. Yeah, but sometimes we try to stop us, it's not happening because it was previous desire. Yeah, hopefully one day we can stop all the result. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Can you imagine a Bhishma Dev's life? I mean, like Bhishma Dev, I'll just stop here. Bhishma Dev's life, if you look at it, you all know those pastimes that he took the 5 arrow when Duryodhana got very upset and really approached Bhishma Dev. You are so powerful, but you're not mindful to us. You don't care about us, even though you are our leader. You still have affection for the Pandavas. You only think about Pandavas. You only care for the Pandavas. My God, it agitated him so much. Bhishmadev said, okay, bring me 5 arrows. And he chanted mantra. He put his strength in it. Said, tomorrow with this 5 arrows, I'll kill 5 Pandavas. You all know that story, how Krishna told Arjuna to get those 5 arrows. Was not a big deal because Duryodhana had a debts. He was going to give him a boon. At that time, he said, okay, when I need it, I'll come. And then he went there. And then he asked Duryodhana, he went to his camp. And Duryodhana says, oh, you don't want to fight? Is that what boon you want? No, no, no. Just the 5 arrow Bhishmadev gave. Arjuna also did not know what is the mantra chanted behind this, but Krishna knows. So Duryodhana broke it. Arjuna brought it to Krishna. Krishna broke it. Krishna told him actually to break it. So the point is, next day when he found out Bhishmadev, he has a right to be angry, isn't it? Like Krishna knows everything. Krishna is doing, favoring the Pandavas. Why? But he did not. Worse than that, Krishna sent Draupadi, even though she is not in the camp. Krishna arranged somebody to bring Draupadi and in the war and send her to the Bhishmadev's prayers room early morning. He knows what time he prays to him. And Draupadi goes there with a big veil down. Nobody recognized that this is Draupadi. And Bhishmadev is thinking, I am in the, resting area about the war about to start again. Every day wars start and no ladies goes there, but there was a lady. So he was meditating. All of a sudden he noticed some commotion. She's praying and she's uttering little loudly. So then Bhishmadev says, who are you? What do you want? Why you are here? She said, I want your blessing for my long life with my husband. Sure. You remain happy with your husband and have a wonderful life. And then Bhishmadev is thinking, wait, who are you? He thought that was Duryodhana's wife. Who are you? And then she take the veil off. Oh, I'm Draupadi. He just recognized that he planned to kill. And Krishna, then he asked Draupadi, by the way, who sent you here? He said, Vasudev. I thought, if you look at Bhishmadev, like many devotees, like they have every right to actually accuse or have that resentment. But Bhishmadev did not. He failed. Every time he planned to do something, he failed because Krishna intervened to protect the Pandavas. How far Bhishmadev can go? He said this on the Sarasajja, the bed of arrows, that I never maintained any resentment to my Lord. And second thing he said, he is the cause of all my, even though he permits everything, but he is the cause of my cure. Therefore, I never maintained resentment. And look at now, I'm about to leave this world and he appeared in front of me. So resentment is one of the biggest. In the Purport, Prabhupada writes that we get affected with this body when somebody chastise or somebody appreciate, we fall for that. But this is one thing, if we can just somehow or other give up towards any devotee or Krishna, easy way to get out of this world. Easy way. But it's not easy because there is every reason that you can literally blame someone for your problem. It's difficult.
Thank you, Prabhuji. The one thing just I remember, is it okay? Can I share, Prabhu?
Sure.
Yeah, in same Bhishma Maharaj's prayers only, or some Yudhishthira Maharaj after that, I'm not remembering, but that same chapter, Prabhupada was writing in the purport, you should not go. I had some goals towards the Krishna because something was, I had some expectation from Krishna and then it was not happening, and I was thinking, why Krishna is, you are doing this? And then Prabhupada was putting in the purport, he was saying you should not girls towards the Krishna in any condition. I was literally feeling so relief, and then I was completely free from that girls by maybe pure devotees mercy. Srila Prabhupada told are very powerful. Yeah, and then
That's
devotee.
nice.
I didn't realize till now devotee still have so many things is going on in my mind, because still so many things in the mind, dirty things. But at least Prabhupada mercy, I feel that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is very nice. We should have Prabhupada's view is potential. Whenever we see a devotee, whether it's wrong or right, we should always see the potential. Potential. That's what Prabhupada said. Potential is like a sculpture, see a marble slab. I personally interviewed that. 99.9% people will see the marble slab as a marble slab. But sculpture, deity maker, murtiwala, you know what they see? They see a marble slab. They don't see the marble slab immediately. They see how beautiful they can carve the deity out of it. Prabhupada said the similar thing. He said, whenever I see living being, I see their potential. What can I do to bring them to that platform? If we can develop and act on it, all our offenses, all our resentment, everything will disappear. We'll become instantly pure devotee. Okay, with that note, any takeaway or any reflection?
Prabhupadaji's keychain note that you have shared is a takeaway for me, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, done with you.
Haribol, I enjoyed the graduation of the living entity. That was very expert. Can we have that chart again?
Sure. You are already in human form. You're not going backwards, so don't worry. But we went through all this life. Nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you. Prahladananda Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. See, the takeaway is that a soul becomes fortunate when he comes in contact with a devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. Right? And sadhu sang is the root of all our fortune in this human form of life. So we are so grateful to this Sangha and to great devotees like you, Prabhupada. And, Prabhupada Maharaj mercy is universal, and our duty as his servant is to spread his word, give someone a small book, tell them about Prabhupada and like that. That's the goal of my life, and I do that. And I was so encouraged by this today's lecture, and I feel so good about it. Thank you very much, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you. Thank you. You said very interesting, the devotee Sangha. Vishnujan Swami was glorifying Prabhupada one day, and I got affected by that conversation. And Prabhupada said, Vishnujan Swami said, Prabhupada, you are so merciful. If you would not come to America, I was born, my mother was eating beef, I grew up of eating hot dog and all this. I have no clue that highest goal of life is to become a devotee of God, Krishna. I never even heard the name Krishna until you came. So I really appreciate and thank you for being specially merciful to me. So Prabhupada stopped. He said, actually, I'm merciful to everybody. But how do you know somebody recognize that? When he appreciate the other Vaishnavas. So it is, we should force ourselves to appreciate other devotees. If we can do this, then you are actually exalted. You are on this. Because to appreciate, you have to find a good quality of that person. It's some contemplation required. It purifies our heart. Then we'll start glorifying Prabhupada and Krishna, and we'll be in Golok Vrindavan. If there is no criticism of any Vaishnava in the whole world, wow, this will transform into Vaikuntha. I hope someday we all be there. I'm sure all of you are there. I'm talking to myself that I need to elevate my consciousness. Always appreciate others. Thank you, everyone. Okay, Mother Radha, Pyari Devidasi, we can close if there is no other.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the understanding. Yeah. If nobody questions, we can end the call here, Prabhuji, with your permission.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening class today. We are very grateful to you and we look forward to your association again and again in the future. Let's pay our obeisance to Prabhuji and Vaishnavas.
Titanam Pagne Vaishnavibhyo
Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Support Vaishnavanda ki jai, His Grace Pran Govind Prabhuji ki jai.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Gauranga Nityananda.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Very nice to see you, Prahlad Anand Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Very devotees in the
Radhe
call.
Radhe.
Lalita
Radhe
Mata.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Radhe
much.
Radhe.
Bol.
Hari Bol, Radhe
All you
Radhe.
devotees, Hare Krishna. We'll meet tomorrow.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.